This next contest is a tag team match. It's a powerful.
Well, Premier's tag team division is on tap, and oh no. Something about seeing Dupree always just ruins my mood.
You don't like Canada.
No, I love Canada. Dupree's not Canadian.
Introducing team number one, representing Calgary, Alberta, Canada, at a combined weight of 392 pounds, the team of Jack Pollock and RC Dupree, Team Storm.
What was that guy trying to sell Pollock a $2 watch right there? But be that as it may, and you got to tell Lendl to stop interrupting me. I was going to give Canadian facts, and now I'm all flabbergasted.
$2 watch would be like $3.50 Canadian, wouldn't it?
It might be. Actually, yeah, it might be. I think that is the conversion rate at this point. The pride of Manitoba and Ontario and Saskatchewan. I can't spell it, but I can say it.
I'm willing to bet that these two have probably been, well, they've been to Calgary, but not 90% of any other place you can name in Canada. At least.
Alberta, Canada. Got a pause in between.
Jack and RC. We've seen RC in the corner of Jack for many one-on-one matches, but first time in a little bit we've seen Jack and RC in tag team action. We saw them in the Premier Tag Team Title Tournament. You can recall that back in the month of September. And a very fun-loving, energetic, and effervescent team, and they're supporting their own land.
406 pounds, Edric Everhart, Cross System Elite.
They're not supporting the Maple Leaf, they're supporting Flannel.
Well, we're in Cleveland, and I guess this is now Flannel Land. And this is the time to wear flannel. You always want to bundle up with layers, but
I'd vote for these guys before I'd vote for Pollock and RC.
I bet you would. I bet you got a whole flannel collection at home, don't you? Right in the I don't know where I'm going. You got me flabbergasted again, Joe.
What do you have against System Elite? Let's talk about it.
Well, System Elite, they're all about going out with the people. They're all about having fun, and there's a time for that. But this is professional wrestling. When you're in there with Jack Pollock and RC Dupree, that's what you got to be focused on right now. And, I might add, System Elite, little known fact, not Canadian.
Well, obviously. There's nobody in this match that's Canadian.
Well, no, they're not even the Canadian sons or cousins twice removed.
System Elite did get a victory over several high-profile teams. What about their first foray in this company? They beat the Sons of Michigan, Nate Matson and Ben Boone. And they have a couple of impressive disqualification victories over Loaded, Gannon Jones Jr. and Newton Davis, the main event. And in addition to that, they've beaten the tag team champions, the Kogan brothers, too. So System Elite, they're that little engine that could. They're that team that you always count out, maybe don't expect a lot from, but they find a way to get the job done no matter how they find a way to do it, even if it's just manipulating their opponent's shortcomings.
Well, they certainly have a lot of W's in that column. You'd have to think that when it comes to tag teams, they would be near the top.
And that's where Pollock and RC would like to be.
Well, I think a win here would definitely propel them to that. And I think Pollock would be proud, and RC could make a nice painting or a sculpture of what happens here this evening.
RC, the eccentric artist.
Yes.
Have you purchased any of his works?
I actually do. I have a replicated Maltese that he has, Leonardo DiCaprio painting that he did.
Leonardo DiCaprio?
Yeah, he painted that French girl, or like a French girl.
The line was actually, I'd like you to draw me like one of your French girls.
Joe, I don't have
not
time
a painter in Titanic. Everybody gets that line wrong, and I'm not going to stand for it anymore.
Well, it's nice to see you standing up for what people believe in.
I'm just reporting facts.
One
of us has to.
You and your topical references. Got any Ace of Base puns you want to get out there?
You brought up the Titanic, which actually happened in 1912. Edric was a headline.
Oh, you know, Thunder Kitty actually was supposed to be on the Titanic.
Let's see.
It's a whole story for another time.
Well, when you're guiding her career, I'm sure she feels like it. Edric, with the hammerlock reversal on Jack Pollock. Edric and Ty are very unorthodox and have their own little fashion sense and their own little personality quirks. And
fashion sense?
It's unique to them.
Now, let me ask you something.
All right.
Months ago, we had Nikki Valentino out here, and he had Calvin Couture, the fashionista, and I've talked about other styles and such like Rachel Bostic and her fashion. How come you get to say about how great flannel is?
I didn't say anything about how great it was. I said they had a unique fashion sense all their own. Why are you putting words in their mouth?
I'm not putting words in your mouth. I'm having fun this evening.
They look better than Dupree.
Now you're just saying funny.
Dupree's been wearing white for however long. He didn't stop after Labor Day.
Well, this isn't the Hamptons, Joe. It's Cleveland. The whole GDP is about $42.
Well, forget the Hamptons. R.C. Dupree's got to put his clothes in the hamper. Start over.
Speaking of hamper, I think that flannel could go in there. I'm sure they don't wash that.
Maybe not. Could be a nice psychological game.
Although I will say that.
Oh.
Well, I guess turnabout's fair. Whoa!
No respect from Edric to Pollock. Not that Pollock's done a lot to earn it with his opposition anyway.
Well, that is disrespectful to slap a Canadian.
He's not Canadian. He's a Canadian sympathizer that went to train in Canada, and now they've kind of indoctrinated themselves with the Canadian culture.
He's Canadian-ish. And look, and that's why R.C. Dupree wears white and the red boots, the colors of Canada.
Where?
Canada.
Oh. Here comes Ty Cross. Ty Cross, the more physical of the two in System Elite, would you say?
Absolutely. Certainly one the power side of the duo. Certainly you'll see him come in there with those hammer throw. Oh, geez. Well, that's not power. That's just rude.
That's a roll-up. 2 count only. Pollock in to intervene. What do you think is the most...
Well, it's breaking down early.
Now let's go back to that question in a minute, because right now it's System Elite and Team Storm. Center ring. Team Storm puts the brakes on. How would Lance Storm feel about that move?
I believe he would think that was very good. It's the Canadian timeout. Let's be serious.
Oh,
come on.
I love it. They came out of nowhere. Double noggin knocker. System Elite, unorthodox strategy. You can never rule them out. Never leave them out of your mind, that's for sure. Edric springs to the floor. Nicely done. Edric throwing caution to the wind. And you can see why System Elite have the staying power that they've shown here over the past number of months.
Well, Pollock and Dupree went outside the ring for a Canadian timeout. That means they get a count of 10 seconds to regroup, and System Elite did not respect that count.
There will be more seconds after the exchange rate.
I'm not sure. You have to ask Bruce Hart on that one.
Suplex only. Don't trust anybody that wears sunglasses indoors. Tie with a cover. 2 count.
I have on sunglasses.
Dupree has sunglasses indoors most of the time as well. Maybe he stole that from Bruce Hart.
Well, no. See, those sunglasses are fashion sunglasses.
Let's see.
They make him look cool.
Debatable. Edric and Ty both charging in. And now into the cover. 2 count only. Dupree, much less experienced than Pollock. What do you think is the strongest part of Dupree's game in ring?
Well, Dupree's strongest part is he's a game planner. You know, we talk about the eccentric artist. He's got a lot of interests outside, like sculpting and painting and finger and brush variety, I might add. But he's a game planner. He can find that weakness, and he can find a way to exploit it, and he can teach that to Jack Pollock, and Jack Pollock can teach him.
Well, a blind tag was made to allow Pollock to step in, but he picked up right where Dupree left off.
R.C. Dupree also a fashionista.
Stop using that word about everybody.
Well, it's one of the fashion words I know.
Isn't that at Walmart or wherever you shop for your clothes? Elbow drop. 2 and no. The fact that Walmart was the most high-end fashion store you could think of shows me a lot about what you do in your downtime.
I like to make fun of the people outside of Walmart.
Yeah, because they won't give you change. Edric now gets his feet up. Oh, Pollock caught Edric midair. Gravity was Edric's enemy that time. Pollock, for my money, though, and I'll say something that even you can definitely agree with. Pollock may be the most underrated athletes in this roster.
Well, I will definitely agree with that. Not only the ability, not only the pedigree, but you see how he goes in there. He doesn't lay up. He's always focused on
him first.
He's always focused on his opponent.
Could this be all?
And Pollock has shown very well in singles and tag competition.
Pollock's one of those guys that if you're not paying attention, sometimes he slips under the radar, and by the time you catch him, he's already aiming that boot to the face at you. He's already surpassed you in the rankings. Dupree blows that kiss, body becomes an offensive weapon.
Joe, I think this is
Dupree with a cover for 2. Dupree always has those shifty eyes. He's always waving those fingers at people. Just always has something a little bit off about him. Just that bizarre aura around him.
because he's French Canadian, right?
He's not French or Canadian.
Well, I'm pretty sure he's both of those. I talked to him earlier. He told me, "Oui, oui, allez vous coucher avec moi ce soir," which means me and Jack Pollock are going to win. You don't speak French, you wouldn't know that.
You get mad at me for references. Pollock picking up Edric now, a handful of hair.
I just don't think you like anything Canada related. I know you used to go to England. Maybe sometime you can go to Canada and find out some of the people there.
I like Tim Hortons.
Who?
I like Border City Wrestling.
I like Kingdom James.
Never heard of him. I like a lot of great things from Canada. A lot of great talents from Canada.
I like Jack Pollock and R.C. Dupree.
I like maple syrup. There's a side Russian leg soup for 2. I like Lance Storm. I met Lance Storm. I think sometimes some of his students have gone the wayward path, but I like Lance Storm.
Who?
Who's Lance Storm?
I meant his students have gone the wayward path, because the only thing I'm seeing right there is his prideful students. 2 of his best, maybe his best. I mean, Lance Storm's probably trained close to 50, 60 people, maybe even closer to 100.
Pride comes before the fall, my friend.
Well, sounds like some emo album, but I would say no 2 students, you would agree with this. He has never, ever trained anybody like Jack Pollock and R.C. Dupree. Oh, geez.
I would agree with that. There's nobody like them at all. As Edric Everhart hangs the throat of Jack Pollock on that top rope, Edric has an opportunity to get the Ty Cross. Edric has been in a bad way these past few minutes. If Edric can't get the tag, this matchup could be over.
Well, Edric's got a long way to go before he can get to Ty Cross.
Does Pollock know where Dupree is? Dupree's halfway in the ring already.
Well, as long as he's got the tagger up, I think that's okay.
That should not be a legal tag, but it's going to be counted as Dupree comes in, and so does Ty Cross. System Elite has reverted the momentum back to their side as Cross just barreling over everybody. There's those heavy hands of Ty Cross. Oh, nice spine buster.
Arn Anderson, like.
Arn Anderson ever wear flannel in a match?
You know, I can't recall.
Oh, Pollock now reciprocates. Great spine buster of his own.
I tell you, Arn Anderson did have a pretty sweet physique like one Jack Pollock. Not his tan, though.
And Edric and Pollock spiral to the floor. Very awkward landing.
They land on that one like a car crash. That's going to leave Dupree and Ty Cross in the ring.
They have to call the referee, but be that as it may. Dupree now to his feet, and Ty Cross, who's going to get the first shot off?
Dupree.
Thank you.
Two throwing giant haymakers.
Without a doubt. Cross has the size advantage. I'll give him the edge, and that exchange is the cross body for 2. And oh God, Edric landed violently. Edge of that ring frame, nose and face first. I think Edric has taken out of the conclusion the remainder of this matchup.
Well, now he's going to be the color of the Canadian flag, red and white.
Now look at Dupree digging into the eyes. Pollock a boot. Dupree with a lung blower. They're hitting Ty from all sides, and this could do it here. Dupree with a pin as Team Storm victorious. Oh, now they're going to celebrate. Celebrate like they just won the World Tag Team Championships.
It's like they just won the Quebec Cup. Oh, Canada.
Stop the pain.
Home of Pollock and Dupree.
They live in America.
Dying violent storm in the land of Calgary.
That was almost as bad as watching this, as Pollock and Dupree lovingly in each other's arms, doing laps around the ring.
Joe, after you have a good victory, you want to do a good lap.
I think this is 15 yards for excessive celebration. Oh my God. I think the party just stopped. Duke Davis, and keep in mind, System Elite beat Duke and Gannon by disqualification a month ago. And Duke Davis said he was going to make another example tonight. And I guess we know now who that's going to be as Edric sent into the guardrail.
Well, you saw Edric try and dive, like we had said earlier, like a torpedo, and Duke Davis just caught him.
Duke Davis feels he and Gannon deserve a shot at the tag team championships. And every time they lose, via disqualification, count out, technicality, they get mad at me, they get mad at their opponents. They think they are just automatically deserving of a tag title opportunity.
Oh, after what you just saw, can you throw doubt or shade to Gannon or Duke?
Yeah, I can, because System Elite just wrestled a tough match, and Duke Davis has had an hour or so to rest.
Well, Duke Davis had a tough match as well.
And you notice Duke Davis motioning towards the camera, letting him know he wants the tag team championships. Duke Davis has left an entire tag team laying by himself. And you gotta believe it's only a matter of time. Look out, Lemon. Only a matter of time before Duke and Gannon are back in tag title contention if they keep their temper under